The AFU attempted a drone strike on the Crimean Peninsula. All aerial targets were shot down by Russian anti-aircraft gunners. In addition, the enemy used unmanned boats in southern Crimea. While repelling the attack, the Russian large landing ship 𝐔𝐤𝐫𝐚𝐢𝐳 sank due to several sea drone blasts. The AFU also attempted to attack infrastructure facilities in Russia's rear regions. In Voronezh region, an AFU attack drone was neutralized on its approach to an oil depot. In the Belgorod region, the AFU conducted a drone raid on the border area. 3 targets were shot down. The wreckage of the 4th caused serious injuries to a woman who was hospitalized. Meanwhile, on the fronts of the special military operation, Russian troops continue to hold the initiative in several directions. Northwest of Bakhmut, the Russian armed forces have significantly expanded the zone of control south of the Popovsky Forest, pushing the enemy away from the outskirts of Kromove. In the Donetsk direction, Russian troops launched several strikes using Iskander missiles. As a result of the raid, a large enemy temporary deployment point in Selidove was hit at a distance of 40 kilometers from the front. On the same day, a parking lot of armored vehicles was hit in the village of Tsukurin. The first strike was made from MLRS. During the evacuation, the vehicles were struck again by artillery. In addition to strikes on the rear, the Russian armed forces are successfully advancing in the private sector in the north of Avdiivka. Assault groups crossed Industrial Nye Avenue and took control of the Avdiivka motor base. Due to the losses suffered during the urban fighting, the 116th AFU Brigade was withdrawn in its entirety. A brigade of fighters from Azov took its place and will try to keep the front from collapsing. On the Vuhledar direction, Russian forces expanded their zone of control in Novomikhailivka. The Russian armed forces occupied a cemetery and a part of the Sintezprod industrial zone, and fighting is taking place on Timiryazeva Street. On the Kherson direction, the enemy attempted to move reinforcements by 3 boats to Krinky. The AFU Marines' dislocation was discovered, and some of the boats were sunk, disrupting the landing of the AFU.